Have you ever paused to ponder where our beloved sports originated? What were the roots of football, cricket, or rugby? The answer might surprise you. In the grand tapestry of history, the origins of many sports are shrouded in the mists of time. Some trace their beginnings to ancient civilizations, where they were played not for entertainment but for ceremonial or military purposes. From the gladiatorial contests of Rome to the Mesoamerican ball games, the seeds of modern sports were sown. But let's fast forward to the Middle Ages. Here in the small villages and towns across Europe, early forms of football, rugby, and cricket began to take shape. These games were rough, often brutal affairs, governed by local customs rather than any standardized rules. Then came the 19th century, a time of great change and progress. This was the era when England took the reins and began to codify the rules of these games. It was a time of transformation, not just for sports, but for society as a whole. The Industrial Revolution was in full swing, and with it came an increased leisure time and a growing middle class. The perfect breeding ground for organized sports. The Football Association, established in England in 1863, was one of the first governing bodies to lay down a standardized set of rules. This marked a turning point in the history of sports. The games were no longer chaotic free-for-alls, but structured contests with clearly defined rules. Similarly, the game of cricket saw its rules formalized in England in the late 18th century. The Marylebone Cricket Club, founded in 1787, published its first set of rules in 1797, providing a framework that is still largely followed today. Rugby too owes its modern form to England. In 1823, during a game of football at rugby school, a young boy named William Webb Ellis picked up the ball and ran with it. This act of rebellion against the established norms led to the creation of a whole new game. So, while the origins of many sports can be traced back to other countries and cultures, it was England that brought order to the chaos. It was England that took these raw, primal contests and refined them into the sports we know and love today. The roots of our favorite sports are deep and varied, stretching back through the ages. From the ancient civilizations to the bustling streets of 19th century England, each era has left its mark. And although England did not invent these games, it played a crucial role in their evolution, standardizing the rules and paving the way for the global sports culture we know today. The legacy of this period in history is still felt in every kick, every bowl, every try. So the next time you watch a football match, a cricket test, or a rugby game, spare a moment to think about the journey these sports have taken. From their humble beginnings to the global phenomena they are today, it's been quite a ride. And who knows what the future holds. New sports are being created all the time, and perhaps centuries from now someone will be telling the story of their origins.